I'm here with Michael Reid from Cisco, who is the state manager for both the regional manager for both Queensland and Northern Territory. I've just learned from Michael that he has a 10-year history in his career in Cisco, which is a very long one, a very frightening one. Yeah. And you've been a year and a half in the current role that you're currently in today.
Yeah, roughly a year and 3 months. Yeah.
Yep. So I guess first starting question today, can you tell us a little bit about what the messages that Cisco is trying to convey at this year's Darwin Connected event?
Yeah, look, it's certainly fantastic to be here, and it's an amazing turnout, so we appreciate obviously Telstra hosting us here for this event. There's a number of messages I wanted to get across, but we're seeing this huge change in the world around digital disruption and what that is meaning for organisations, companies, government agencies, etc., and the transformation that their business is going through. Cisco is a huge part of that in terms of the way in which we're transitioning to support that. Connecting every single person, every single device, and we talk about the Internet of Things. The fact that your lawnmower is now connected to your Wi-Fi, your air conditioning units, and maybe your fridge. This world has transitioned, and what has happened is we've got an incredibly complicated networking infrastructure that's been rolled out maybe 12 years ago, a time before the iPhone even existed. So this transition to simplifying the network environment, automating, being able to deliver it potentially from the cloud, say with Meraki technology, where you don't need to go and log into each and every single device that's sitting out there in the network to make one change. You can do that without any programming knowledge from a central pane of glass and roll that out across the entire of your networks, wherever they may be. So simplification's been huge, and the fact that all these devices are coming onto the network, it's creating massive challenge around security. So being able to secure your network has never been a bigger challenge, mainly because the attack vectors have just gone and widened. Gone are the days you could have a security at your front door, which is the equivalent of the firewall. Now the security landscape's changed. So simplifying how we deliver that to support IT businesses deliver their services is probably the biggest message that we're trying to get across here today.
Okay, fantastic. And I guess coming to the relationship between Telstra and Cisco, the two of you have shared a good relationship really
Very
now
strong.
for almost decades.
Decades, yeah.
And that spanned a long time. So how does that relationship and how can that relationship be leveraged between Cisco and Telstra and business customers that are up here in the Northern Territory?
Yes, we've got a really strong partnership between Telstra, who actually deliver pretty much every single technology that we supply and have a way of customising it and making it simple for customers to consume, be it very, very small business, very, very large business, complicated environments or government agencies. It's your one-stop shop, I guess you could call it, for all of your Cisco needs. Telstra's also got an amazing ability to connect. So they obviously, from a carriage perspective, they have all the WAN that connect all the regional communities here in the Northern Territory. We've had some meetings today with ministers who sort of discussed the challenges that hit NT with, I think it's 26% of the population's out in the rural communities. Yep. Telstra has an ability to connect into that. In fact, they're the carrier that's delivered a lot of those services to connect the bush back to the state, and we partner in with them to provide the technology to enable that.
Yep. Okay, and on a slightly different point then, so Cisco recently launched its SD-WAN solutions based around Meraki and Viptela. So can you tell me a little bit about how that's actually going to change the networking landscape? Yeah. You talked about, the simplification of old, harder legacy networks now into the new. So where is this going?
A really simple example is you typically roll out a router at a site. You'd have a connection, say, for a WAN link, which gives you, maybe 50 megabytes into that site. Then you'd run a separate router with a separate carrier potentially, or the same, running a backup link. Yep. And that was never used. You might have a 4G backup link as well as a satellite, and there was just basically, we only ever used that one pipe, and it was always just a backup link. Software-defined WAN gives you the ability to bring all of those together at once and leverage drop packets in effect across them all to expand your carriage with existing investments, and then deliver that in a smart fashion. So you might want to push certain video traffic not across the satellite link, but potentially across a faster connection. You've got an ability to roll that out at scale. So you're actually basically leveraging the existing assets that are already in place and providing much greater connectivity. There's obviously two paths in there, and we'll continue to innovate in this space. Both options have different benefits, pros and cons. My suggestion is that you contact Cisco and we get an SE or someone like that to discuss your specific solutions around what makes sense for your organisation. But it will definitely redefine how the wide area network or internet connectivity is delivered.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, look, Michael, it's been great. Thank you very much for your time today, and we'll continue on to enjoy Darwin Connected.
Thank you so much. Cheers.